Taking a small break from the Mega Evolution leaks for Pokemon Legends Z, we're going to talk about some Generation 10 stuff on the Nintendo Switch 2. So today is the day that the Switch 2 Direct is happening. I'm recording this video the day before because I always record my videos one day ahead of time, but the Switch 2 is going to have Generation 10, and there are some more leaks / rumors coming out of Generation 10 possibly being a Switch 2 exclusive. So we knew early on, like a couple of months ago, from the Terra leak, which contained information of a Switch 1 build of Gaia, which is Generation 10. Gaia is the code name for Generation 10. Everything for like gaming, or just like technology in general, they all have a code name. So yeah, the code name for Generation 10 is Gaia. However, this is inaccurate. Our current understanding is that Game Freak is developing the game as a Switch 2 exclusive. Of course, things can change if the console is a complete failure, but that's very unlikely. And then moving on, it says, as we approach the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, we have some special info for you. ZA is currently planned to be the final main series Pokemon game for the Switch 1. I just added the word 1 because it's Switch 1. Generation 10, codenamed Gaia, will release next year exclusively for Switch 2. So that's really interesting information, because the Switch 1 has sold like over 150 million units. Like, there are so many people that have a Switch. So if they have the Switch 2 coming out very, very soon, I hope it does not end up like the Wii U, where people didn't really know that the Wii U was a brand new console and that they thought it was just like a new addition to the Wii. You know what I mean? I think it's a little bit different now because, like, you know, media is so much different, so everyone kind of is aware of the Switch 2 being a completely different, updated kind of console, I guess, more modern. And this is going to disappoint a lot of people because Pokemon Legends ZA is obviously going to be on the Switch 1. I mean, we know that 100%. I feel like it's still possible for it to have a Switch 2 version, but it's kind of looking more and more unlikely at this moment in time. I guess we'll know today. If today we don't have a new trailer for Legends ZA for the Switch 2, then I think it's confirmed that Legends ZA is going to be a Switch 1 exclusive only. And now, I wouldn't be upset either way. My early on theory, like when ZA was first announced, was that it would be a Switch 1 and 2 copy, where the Switch 2 version would just have more enhanced graphics, better performance, and all the stuff, where the game would still be the exact same. Like, the overall play through storyline, everything in the game would be the exact same. So there'd be really no difference unless you just wanted a better looking game. Also, I noticed a lot of you guys that watch the channel aren't actually subscribed to the channel. So if you could do me a huge favor and drop a sub and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss another video, and check out my brand new second channel, Fundores Clips. I'm trying to reach 200 subs on that channel. We're getting closer and closer every day, so any support goes a long way. The channel member of the week is Dylan. Thank you, Dylan, so much for supporting the channel. I'm going to start doing a member shout out of the week, where basically if you're a channel member, you could randomly be selected every single week to be the member of the week, just like a big shout out, but no pressure to become a channel member. I'm still going to be producing free daily content for you guys. Anyways, moving on to the rest of the video. So the Switch 2 Direct is going to be 1 hour long, which is insane. I don't remember the last time we've had a Direct or like big announcement for an hour long. This makes me think we're going to get some crazy games announced. Now, at the time of this video going up, the Switch 2 Direct is like happening already. Like, it's happening right now. So that's why this video is not so focused on like what's going to be announced in the Direct, because, you know, it's already happening as we speak. That's why this video is more so about Pokemon Generation 10 and the future of Pokemon. So we all thought that the Generation 10 Pokemon game was going to be a Switch 1 and 2 exclusive, and then after that, moving on, they would just do Switch 2 exclusives, which makes sense because I think, you know, Generation 10 is going to be huge, right? They're going to want to have the most possible sales for that game that they can get, which if they wanted to do that, then they would make it a Switch 1 and 2 game, so that means everyone on the Switch 1 could play it, and people on the Switch 2 can play it, but just have a more enhanced version. And I definitely do think that Gen 10 would have a Switch 1 and 2 version if it was on both consoles. Now, the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible, which means basically if Legends ZA doesn't have a Switch 1 and 2 version, it's just going to be a Switch 1 version. That means you can still play it on the Switch 2 just fine. It's going to be perfectly normal and the exact same as you're playing on the Switch 1, which is really cool. I'm glad that the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible. But what also intrigues me about this information is that if the Switch 2 has Generation 10 as its exclusive game, like an exclusive Pokemon game just for the Switch 2, that makes me think that the game is going to be bigger and more advanced than we think. Because if they want it to be a Switch 2 version, that means it probably just either would run terribly on the Switch or would look terrible. And I'm sorry, Scarlet and Violet, we are looking at you right now, but it's okay, we're gonna move on. I hope that Generation 10 is something jaw-dropping, you know what I mean? Like, I hope they just go crazy. And it's definitely going to come out next year. I really do think Gen 10 is coming out 2026. It just makes sense. The Switch 2 will be out for enough time for millions and millions and millions of people to purchase the console, which I'm going to try to be buying this console the day it comes out. I'm going to try to pre-order it. Hopefully pre-orders go up today. I don't know if that's even possible, but if it is, you already know I'm going to be pre-ordering this console. Hopefully I will get it on release day. I'll do a whole unboxing video for you guys. That's going to be so awesome. And now my dilemma is like, bro, do I keep my Switch if I have a Switch 2? Because if I have the Switch 2 and it's backwards compatible, realistically, I probably won't be using the Switch. And I usually do keep all of my consoles that I get, but I'm like, man, it would be nice to kind of have some money from selling the Switch 1 to kind of pay for the Switch 2 if it's basically the same thing, just more advanced. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyways, but yeah, that is besides the point. Generation 10 is rumored to have some sort of like archipelago map, which basically means a series of different islands as a map, as well as floating islands, which I think would be really cool and would be a perfect opportunity to give us a flying type evolution. I think it's got to happen. We need an evolution. If we do not get an evolution for Gen 10, something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong if we don't get a new evolution for Generation 10. I don't think that they're going to announce anything for Pokemon Generation 10 for the Switch 2 Direct, but it's possible. It really is possible that they could drop the names for Generation 10. I don't think it's going to happen, but the only reason I do think it's possible is because if they drop the Generation 10 Pokemon names, nothing else besides just the specific names for the game, it would produce so much hype for the Switch 2. I mean, obviously every other game is going to be hype. You know, Mario Kart, we're probably going to get a new Zelda game or something. We're definitely going to get some really cool games announced. But that would produce so much hype and would really boost the sales of the Switch 2. Nintendo is going to approach the Switch 2 with a completely different just way and method than the Wii U. I think they're going to really push out some crazy good games for the Switch 2, and they're going to really try to make this console sellable because it has to be different than the Switch 1 in a lot of ways, especially with the games and performance. That's going to be the main drive to be purchasing the Switch 2. And now if the future of Pokemon is going to be on the Switch 2 exclusively and no more games on the Switch 1, that has to be a good thing, and it should be a good sign, because that probably entails they're going to be working even harder to produce Pokemon games for the Switch 2 that just won't work on the Switch 1. And now, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you are a real one watching this far in the video, let me know if you want Generation 10 to be a Switch 2 exclusive, as well as one game you think they're going to announce for the Switch 2 Direct. And now, I'm going to be dropping this video a little earlier than usual, just so I can get it out, before the Switch 2 Direct even happens, but just let me know your thoughts about this. Even though it is a little unfortunate that the Switch 1 is probably not going to have Generation 10 of Pokemon, I think it's okay and a good thing for the franchise. I think it's going to be good for Pokemon, as well as if the Switch 2 is coming out literally in, a month or two from today, sometime very, very soon, then that means by the time Generation 10 comes out, which is definitely going to be late 2026, like probably October, September, November-ish of 2026, that means that's a lot of time for people to save up and purchase a Switch 2. It's hopefully not going to be too expensive. It's definitely going to be a couple $100s, but that's definitely enough time for a lot of people to be affording a Switch 2, which hopefully will sell Pokemon games and hopefully will make them make better games. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe and turn on the post notifications. Also join my Discord server and let me know what you think. We got some really awesome people up in the Discord. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.